Today, I want to talk a little bit about nonfiction text and the actual structure. So, we're going to start with this video about the Phoenix Zoo. And what I'd like you to do is, I'd like you to take as many notes as you possibly can while you watch the video. So, go ahead and get a scratch piece of paper out. And I want you to write down the important things about this video. Okay? So, I'm going to go ahead and play it now. If you don't have your stuff ready, you can go ahead and pause. But if you do, just go ahead and start watching the video and writing down the important things.
Surprised how light they are. That's very striking. It's hard to believe the Arabian oryx was almost extinct. Overhunting and a threatened habitat thinned the herds in the Middle East. So the Phoenix Zoo took 9 of the animals in to save them. We established the world herd here back in the early 60s, where most of the animals from the world were brought here. The climate and the terrain in the Sonoran Desert is very similar to the Arabian Peninsula, where they are from. The Arabian oryx has thrived here at the Phoenix Zoo. In the past 45 years, there have been 239 births. Many of the babies went to other zoos, wildlife preserves, and back to the Middle East. Dan Zebetis and a team of zoo vets went to Jordan to see how they were doing. Well, we found a lot of happy oryx over there. There are now more than 6,000 of the animals in the world, and that's good news. I think that's excellent that zoos like this can play a role in preservation of animals. The species survival plan benefits everyone, not just the Phoenix Zoo. Diane Ryan, Fox 10 News. Get my thoughts, Phoenix.
So, you probably have some notes written down, and they're probably different things. Maybe some of it describes and some of it talks about them being extinct. But here's the thing. As we get older and we start reading more complex text, like in nonfiction, we'll notice that the author often uses a structure or organizes their writing a certain way. And they do that based on the purpose they have for writing it. So I want to show you this chart real quick. So these are the common text structures of nonfiction, okay? So in this column here, you'll see the structure, and then you see the purpose, and then the transition words that will help you notice that. But the whole point is that authors will pick a structure to write in based on what their purpose is. So for instance, if their purpose is just to describe something, if they just want to tell you what Travis Intermediate looks like, they're just going to describe it to you. They'll pick this text structure. And you'll know that because they'll say, for instance, or for example, and they'll give you adjectives that describe what they're describing. Sometimes authors will want to tell you things in the order they happen. A lot of time in history, this happens. First, this happened, then this happened, and then this happened. That is called chronological order or sequence. That's the text structure they pick. And the purpose is that they're telling the events in the order they happen. So you'll see things like before, after, next, finally. Sometimes they want to tell you about a problem, and then they want to tell you about how the problem is solved. So for this, they'll say the problem is, or one solution was. This is actually the text structure that our video was done in. The problem is that they were extinct, and they found a solution, and they told you about it. And they told you that by bringing them to the zoo, that they solved the problem of them being extinct because there were more of them born. So if you looked at that and you thought, what is the author's purpose of this, and then started looking for that, you would have seen that text structure. I'll show it to you again at the end here. There also is cause and effect. Sometimes authors want to tell you about an event that happened, and they want to tell you the things that made it happen, right? And so they'll give reasons why something happened. So you'll see words like because, or reason, or as a result, or due to. And they're just telling you this happened and this is why. Or these are a bunch of reasons and the effect was that the river was dry. So authors, sometimes that's their purpose, to give you reasons and effects and causes of things. sometimes they want to compare two things. They want to compare Hawaii to San Francisco. And so they're going to explain how the two places are the same and how the two places are different. And for that, they'll use the compare and contrast text structure. So the important thing I want you to see, and then I will go back to the video and we'll look at it and see if you can get more out of it, knowing what the structure is. But the important thing here is that the whole purpose of text structures, the whole reason that authors use them, is because the structure they choose fits the purpose they have. So if you were writing a paper and you wanted to tell about the causes and the effect of the Revolutionary War, that you would choose to write in that cause and effect text structure because that is the purpose of your writing. So let's go back to the video. And remember, I told you that it is problem and solution. So knowing that it's problem and solution, I want you to watch it again and see if you can pick out the problem and solution aspects of it.
is the pride of the Phoenix Zoo.
I think they're beautiful.
Ian Gledhill, visiting from Canada, cannot take his eyes off the animals.
I'm surprised how white they are. That's very striking.
It's hard to believe the Arabian oryx was almost extinct. Overhunting and a threatened habitat thinned the herds in the Middle East. So the Phoenix Zoo took 9 of the animals in to save them.
We established the world herd here back in the early 60s, where most of the animals in the world were brought here.
The climate and the terrain in the Sonoran Desert is very similar to the Arabian Peninsula, where they are from. The Arabian oryx has thrived here at the Phoenix Zoo. In the past 45 years, there have been 239 oryx. Many of the babies went to other zoos.
Just want to use it there and want to use it there.
To the Middle East. Dennis Davis and a team of zoo vets went to Jordan to see how they were doing.
So I just wanted you to see that. Did you see the problem and solution there? They were being extinct, so they moved them to another place, and then that's how the problem was solved.